Okay, we are rolling. We are rolling. All right, let's get our backlight going here. Okay, so after a little bit of hassle with shipping and everything, it's finally inside. Let's bring it in. Okay. I didn't want to just slam it down. It is a glass table after all. Brought my ketchup socks just for today's unboxing. You'll see why in a moment. I don't know how I'm gonna get this thing out here. Do these just slide out? Oh, I broke it. Actually, there are nails sticking out. Oh, okay. Now how am I gonna get it out of the box? I think we can slide it out if I cut the cardboard box. Look at that. Just gonna yank it out. Again, if you're gonna do that, I advise you be very cautious of the nails. Looking very forward to getting a good look at this thing. I've only seen it online so far, so. Oh, that paint color though, that slick red. They call this the splinter maker. This piece of wood here. Again, being very cautious of the wood and the nails. Ooh, got some weight to it. I think this is the first time we're gonna see me break a sweat here on the channel. Probably don't wanna lift it. Oh boy. I think I can just slide this thing out, judging by what I see underneath here. I'll watch out for these nails. But I think that was a good plan. Whew, what a journey that was. I'm sweating here, guys. That table weighs a lot. You know, it's furniture at the end of the day, it's furniture. I actually picked up a new area rug. Kind of like reminds me of a giant Inkblot. You know, like the Rorschach test, Rorschire? I don't know what the word is. Okay, so I've gotten the foam off the feet of the table, and I actually noticed the table has wheels. So I'm gonna try to bring it onto our rug, unveil this. Oh wow, look at that paint job. Woo! That is one red table. Okay, so now that we've tidied up our space, we can take in the beauty of this table and all its glory. It's probably gonna show fingerprints. That's the price you pay if you want something shiny, glossy, that has a pop, that just pops off, you know? It's great, it's amazing. I've had the table for about 3 to 4 months now, and I absolutely love it. I love the look, and it's extremely, extremely functional for me. It looks great in the space, looks great in the videos. And it's really great for me that now I have, for my main shooting table, I can lift this thing up, put my other tabletop on it, or I can use it when somebody comes over as a desk or as a coffee table, a dining table. If you're living in a condo or a small space, you really might want to consider one of these tables. It's revolutionary in a lot of ways to have something that can transform, so you don't need 2 tables, you just have 1 table that can serve multiple purposes. And it's really this new way of thinking that I adhere to, of this sort of like modularity. Furniture as modularity, it can change and shift depending on how you need to use your space. Okay, let's talk about lifting the table and then lowering the table. So to lift the table, there is a lever that's located on one of the sides in the middle of the table. You're gonna wanna pull this lever all the way back, and if you're lifting it, bend down, grab your hand, put it on the end of the table. So now you have one hand on the lever pulling and one hand on the end of the table, and you're gonna go ahead and lift with your legs and pull it upwards in an upwards motion, and the table will start to come upwards with you. To lower the table, similarly, you're gonna wanna grab the lever again, and then this time you're gonna put your hand and you're gonna press down in the center of the table so the weight is not on one of the sides this time, but yet it's in the center. One of the things I do love about this table is you can set it at any height. So you can go ahead and let go of that lever and it'll stop in place at any height you want it to be. So I really find that makes the table super versatile for an array of different scenarios, especially for me as a content creator who needs the table to shoot. Having the ability to adjust the height is a really key function. Okay, so if you are having a bit of trouble lowering or raising your table, you can go ahead and take the leaves out of the table to make it lighter in the case where you want to raise the table. This will remove 25 pounds from the table, so that'll make it a lot easier to lift it and raise up the table. And vice versa, if you want to lower it and you're having trouble, put the leaves back in the table, it'll add 25 pounds and go ahead and push down. So there are also latches or locks on the table, and these are located underneath the table, but they do stay in the same place at all times. So you can extend the table or close the table, or when you're moving it around, it may be a good idea to latch down one of these locks. You don't even need to do both. They put one on both sides, but you just need to close one and that will lock the table up into place and prevent it from opening up. So moving the table around, there are two wheels on one side of the table. Obviously just lift up the table from the opposite end of the wheels and then you can push or pull the table, and that makes it easy to kind of transport around. Another really great feature that I like in this table, when you are moving it around, you might want to have the lock engaged so it doesn't open up on you. Well, quick notes on shipping. The table comes in a box, but the extension pieces that go inside of the table, they come in a separate box. So make sure whomever is doing the delivery to give you both boxes. Okay, so my final thoughts now on the Expand Compact Box Coffee Table. Listen, it's extremely well made. You can tell it's high craftsmanship. This is not your standard run-of-the-gun IKEA table. No, no, no. It is a heavy-duty table that's quite solid. It's quite solid. It's actually quite heavy too. You can tell it is quite a well-made product, so that's a big thumbs up. The design and the look of the table, that was a part of its allure to me personally. I really like the sort of thicker box table. I like the sort of X leg design. The color combinations are awesome too. They make this table in a variety of different colors and finishes to suit whatever your style or needs are. They also make it in a little bit of a bigger version. They've actually got a whole ton of versions on their website of different converting tables. So yeah, it looks great. It's got a very modern and elegant design. Of course, we can't not talk about its extreme functionality, as it is quite space saving, you know? This thing opens up really big, but it can also get really small. So it's very functional for a lot of different scenarios, be it as a coffee table, be it as a full dining table, be it as a work table, you know, be it as a multi-level table if you need something kind of mid-height like I'm doing right now. So on that note, again, it can extend quite large, and I was rather impressed how big this thing can get, given at its smallest size, it does have a relatively small footprint. So that's another one I would really put in the pros list, because some of the extending tables I've seen, they don't extend as long as this guy. Really great feature, really happy with that. Another thing I would put in the pros category is I did have to reach out a few times to the company, and they were quick to respond. They have really good customer service, so I was more than satisfied with that. So that's another thing I would, you know, when you're buying an expensive piece of furniture, you know, especially online, you want to make sure they have good customer service. So from my experience, I had nothing but quick response times, and they were very helpful to solve any issues that I did have. So now for some considerations if you are thinking about purchasing this table. It does have a bit of a premium price, but you got to remember it is a premium product. So, you know, materials, the construction of it, the design of it, the logistics of the company, you know, they got to spend a lot of money to sort of get the materials in and then build it and then ship it back out. So
When you sort of factor everything in, and the sort of fact, like I had mentioned before, that you are getting, you know, 2 to 3 tables in one table, the price starts to make a little bit more sense. But yes, it is on a bit of the higher scale when it does come to this type of transforming table. So another thing, and this, again, this might not really be in the con, but if you do go for the glass finish, it does show a lot of fingerprints. I personally don't mind that because I do use it in a professional way when I'm shooting or when I'm making these videos. So I'm always cleaning the thing. If you get a different material table, I'm sure it won't show fingerprints nearly as much. It's just that I went for this really, like, you know, glass finish. So it will show fingerprints. You might want to consider that when you're choosing which finish to go with. The other consideration you might want to think about is the shipping during COVID, and this very well might change. I know it's, you know, very hard to get big pieces of furniture shipped, but even so, the shipping company said they would only deliver to the front of the building or the front door. So if you do live in a building, you may want to make that as a consideration, get a dolly or have a friend to help you. So that's another thing to think about. And the last consideration I would say is changing heights on the table. It does require a little bit of strength. It's not like, oh, pull the lever and then take 2 fingers and lift it up. Like, you do have to use a little bit of strength to get this thing to lift. Again, this can be more easily remedied by taking the extension pieces in or out of the table that can help you to lift it, or doing it on a, you know, hard floor. So that is a really quick note to make. You know, you have to put a little bit of strength into it, or if you have 2 people, it's no problem if you're both lifting or pushing down. But anyhow, I think that just about wraps this up for this table. I'm not sure what else to say about it that I haven't already said. Please, 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 if you're considering getting one of these tables, use the link in the description below. It will help to support the channel just a little bit so we can continue to make great videos like this. If you have any questions or comments about the table, please drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. I think that just about wraps us up for today. This is the Futurespace Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination. My name is Julian Melly. Thanks for watching.